Here are the three best bets for the MLB today on this gorgeous Thursday morning. Yesterday, 2-2. Got super unlucky with our two losses. Mitch Keller, we had him over 5.5. He ended up on 5. I saw 3 different at-bats where the umpire just absolutely screwed him on calls. So I honestly really do think that should have been a winner. Regardless, sometimes you get unlucky. And the second one, Braxton Garrett, although he wasn't necessarily on pace to cover, his outing did get stopped short due to the rain delay in that Marlins Red Sox game. So 2-2, could be better, also could be worse. So we will bounce back today with these 3 picks. We're going to be taking 3 plays for the MLB today. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn those post notifications on because we're going to be releasing these plays. And as you know, throughout the day, lines will change. So make sure you're getting the plays as soon as possible and placing those bets. Like the video if you do enjoy. And without further ado, let's get into the picks. Our first play here, we're going to go with the MVP, Shohei Ohtani, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at about minus 180 average odds right here. You can get it at minus 165 on Fliff, but make sure that when you're placing this bet, you check OddsJam first and you line shop with OddsJam. It makes it super easy to find the best value you can find on your bets, right? If you can get minus 165 instead of minus 185, you're getting 20 cents on the dollar there in value. So make sure you are line shopping. There's a link down below to get OddsJam 7-day free trial so you can try it out, and a 90-day money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you get all of your money back after 3 months. So Ohtani over 1.5. I mean, if you look at him on the season, he's hitting this at a minus 155 clip. So basically what odds we're getting, but in his last 20, 80% of the time he goes over this at minus 400 implied odds. So I like the implied odds for sure, but the best part about this is his matchup. He is facing Lance Lynn here. He has 18 at-bats against him with 8 hits, a 444 average, a home run, an RBI. I mean, he hits them really well. It's a great matchup for Ohtani, and his implied odds, like we just talked about here. He's just been super hot recently, and riding the hot hand is exactly what we always like to do here against a great matchup. Just makes things even perfect. So lock in Ohtani as the first play. Second play here, Zach Greinke over 2.5 strikeouts at about even money on average. We can find it at about plus 120 on some books here. But, Greinke, this is just such a low line. It's not like he is a strikeout pitcher necessarily, but he's covering this line 88% of the time this season. That's minus 735 implied odds. Yes, relatively small sample size, but he's got about 20 starts, just under 20 starts on the season. So, a good enough sample size to take this line into account. He only needs 3 strikeouts. He is facing the Cleveland Guardians here, and they are definitely one of the best teams for not striking out, right? They're second just behind the Nationals here. So it is a tough matchup for Greinke, and that's why we're getting plus money on this. But if we look at Greinke playing at home here, 3.77 ERA, definitely not the best win-loss, but he is on the Royals, so you can't expect too much there. But 3.77 ERA is definitely a lot better than his away record. So we get him at home where he plays better, and he does have 32 strikeouts in 43 innings of work. So to get 3 strikeouts, the line is just super low, and when we're getting plus money, it just feels good to take this bet here. So we're going to lock this plus money bet in as our second play. And for our third pick, we're going to lock in a pretty heavy favorite. Lots of juice on this one. So if you do want to parlay these together, I would definitely recommend that because Ohtani, we're laying juice on him. And then now with Jordan Walker over 0.5 hits. So he just needs a hit. We're getting, minus 250 or so, probably minus 300. It's definitely not great to be taking these heavy favorites all the time, but adding it into a parlay is a great way to increase your payout. And with Jordan Walker, he's hitting this at an 87% clip on the season, right? So a minus 670 implied odds. His last 20 games, minus 8-10 at an 89%, right? So this guy, he's just super consistent in getting hits. He's averaging 1.1 hits on the season. So, I mean, if he just stays to his average, we cover this number. Again, laying a lot of juice, but you know, it's a good matchup for him. He's been great this season. He's very consistent. If you look at this chart here, it's like he basically just gets a hit every single game. And so this is a perfect one to add into a parlay, and that will be our third and final pick for today. So that's it. Tail or fail, parlay, straight bet, whatever you want to do. I would recommend a parlay for sure, because with these, you know, heavy favorites, taking a -300 straight bet, I would not necessarily recommend, although I do think that this is going to hit, no doubt. But, you know, just having to lay that much juice is never great. But that's why we have Greinke in there at plus money. Ohtani's definitely laying juice as well. So I'd recommend a parlay. You can straight bet it as well. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and hopefully we go 3-0 here for another sweep, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.